Happy Wednesday to you guys. September 9/11. Do you remember where you were on September the 11th? I do. I recall right back when my wife came running back into the house. She was like, something happened in New York. You got to turn on the radio. Turn on the radio. I'm like, well, something this big, it must be on TV. And yes, on every channel. And we sat there and we watched it and we tuned in time to be able to see the second plane hit the towers. And my goodness, it was something that you will never forget if you remember where you were. This is a Wednesday, and I want to say, you know what, it's a kind of a melancholy type of day for me. First of all, thank you guys for listening to me for this quick little take 5. Yesterday was my father's birthday. May he rest in peace. My father, sometimes I just want to reach out and talk to him. Sometimes I pick up the phone to be able to call him and just remember I can't do that anymore. Where you are today, we just lost James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones was one of my favorite actors. Favorite man. Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars, The Great White Hope. So many different roles, and of course, Darth Vader. He was the voice. And did you know that James Earl Jones had a severe stutter? He had a stutter and he went off to fight in the war. I think he fought in the Korean War. And also James Earl Jones, when he came back, he wanted to get into acting because of poetry. And that hits me in my heart as a poet and spoken word artist myself. As a true wordsmith, he found that it was poetry and it was a teacher that helped him to overcome his stutter. And doing so, he became the most recognizable voice in the world. James Earl Jones, the king of Zamunda. My son works. Let them wait. I'm talking to my son. I love that movie, Coming to America. Man, I can quote every line. Rest in peace. One of the great ones, James Earl Jones. And also, man, Frankie Beverly. Silky, sultry voice. Frankie Beverly been on tour for like 40 years, man. If you've never had the pleasure to catch a Frankie Beverly show, my goodness, you missed out. Passed away today. Frankie Beverly gone. Yes, my father, James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, all these things, man. Great men. You better appreciate today. Today is Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we podcast. That's what I do here on Word to the Wise. I like to drop a podcast every Wednesday, and I got one for you guys today. Episode 18. I want you to check it out a little bit later, okay? Check it out a little bit later, and the title of it is Our Pain Their Profit? Is our pain their profit? That's a deep topic. I know it is. And the way that we are living our lives and how we have to take care of ourselves, whether it be through medication, through doctor visits, regular appointments. Men, get your colon checked, get your prostate checked. Yes, and also make sure that you're having a physical on an annual basis. All of these things will be discussed inside of the podcast. That's dropping later on today here on Wednesday, September 11th. But you know what I watched last night? Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. The debate, the big showdown. Donald J. Trump, Kamala Harris. Not Kamala. Kamala Harris. Oh my goodness. Do you realize that, first of all, I'm going to say this. I don't know who wins debates. I just hear them both talking and they both got good points, and they are both just two sides of the same coin. They're both millionaires. You can flip that coin any way you want and it lands on millionaire. So they're part of the same club in the way that the public defender and the prosecutor go out to lunch after your trial. these people that we got to choose the best one of the two. And I would say this, even though I am not an aficionado of how debates are won or lost, Trump said some pretty weird stuff. Pretty weird stuff. You know, the one that really hit me, and I'm not even talking about eating cats and dogs, and yeah, he said that on the stage. They're killing the babies after they're born. He said all the way up to the 9 months, and some are killing the baby, put the baby on the table and figure out what we're going to do with it. And said that the former governor of New Jersey told him that. And I'm looking at him, you as a former president and the highest office in the land, you didn't tell him, listen, that's a confession of murder. And if you are a witness to that, you need to be locked up today as the president. Would you not hold someone accountable if they told you they killing babies after they're born? I don't care what your politics are. If someone told Donald J. Trump that, then he should have locked them up that day as the president. You know, and Kamala had some strong points. She also had some a lot of giggling and laughter. It was hard for her to keep a straight face on some points. But she did have some good points, but her demeanor was more presidential, in my opinion. I watched Trump, boy, old folks used to tell me, people were sweating on the top lip, they lying. He looked just ragged and frazzled and too sweaty for me. That's just my opinion. And hey, everyone has one vote. Vote on November 5th. Whoever you vote for, vote on November 5th. Cast your vote. I don't have a problem with Republicans. I don't have a problem with Democrats or independents. The issue that I have is those who will not vote at all. That is your American right. If you refuse to vote, you have no say-so. And if you say, well, my vote doesn't count anyway, that's not true. Every vote does count, and every vote is needed, and it is necessary. Well, it doesn't matter who's in office. Are you kidding me? You need to vote on the local elections as well. Vote on your governor. Vote on the local elections that impact your lives far more than a president ever could. If you're not voting in anything, Benjamin Franklin once said, hey, no investigation, no right to speak. You didn't participate in the process, shut up. Or get out there and, exercise your democratic freedom and be involved in the process. We lost some good men. James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, may they rest in peace. And 9/11, never forget what happened and how we came together as a nation in that time. Yes, we did. All of a sudden, it didn't matter what political party you belonged to, did it? It didn't matter what color you were, what age you were, what side of town, what side of the nation you were on, East Coast or West Coast, North side or down south. It didn't matter at all. Yeah, why did it take a catastrophe for that to happen? Hey, you guys, do what you do on your normal Wednesday, but just know that life is moving, boy, life is lifing. And live every day to the fullest. Enjoy life. And do what you can on this Wednesday, just to be present in the moment and reach out to somebody if you haven't talked to them in a while and let them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. You're on my mind. I wish somebody did that for James Earl Jones and Frankie Beverly. And I know that I did that for my dad. Yes, I did. I called him every Wednesday. Word to the wise tonight on Wednesday Week Podcast. All right, cousins. I see you guys around. Take care. Love, peace, and hot catfish grease.